Rusty grooming update, a funny sign on the way to the groomer, why I hate people, on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and freshly groomed studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, yeah, having Rusty here right now because, this is basically all about him, this video. See, he's all purdy, he's all groomed up. Well, I know a lot of you keep saying, well, I like the fuzzy Rusty better, but, you know, I like a little less hair in the truck myself, so. And his ears are starting to get a little matted, and his tail will get a little matted, so he looks all good now. He always acts like it's the end of the world right after he gets groomed. I did get him a little toy. I'll show you the picture here in just a minute of that. But, yep, he's all trimmed up. They had to cut a little more off his ears and all that because they were a little matted up. They got all the junk around his face, so now he won't get food stuck all over his face. But see, yes, we'll have the full Rusty shot here. Oh, yes. See, there's the fluffy tail. All right, so he's all good to go. Right, Rusty? All right, yeah, they're coming up. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, so we got Rusty all groomed, as you can see, and then I dropped the trailer at the Common Sense fuel stops where I was there in Rapid City, 4 miles up to the PetSmart, and on the road you have to turn on to get to the PetSmart. Look at this. Okay, just coming up here and wait for the traffic to go and get my chance to turn left, and look at that, disc drive. Now that cracked me up, okay? Now, you younger folks, you're not going to get this. But, you know, back in the days of the first Apple computers and the first IBM computers and all that, we used floppy disks to run the whole thing. That's where DOS comes from, by the way, Disk Operating System. That's where because you had to use the floppy disk just to get the thing to turn on. So this cracked me up that's disk drive. I thought that was funny. Maybe it's just me. And more proof of why I hate people. After I picked up Rusty, I bought his little treat, paid the groomer. I always tip the groomers $20 because that's a tough job. Anytime I've tried to groom Rusty, it looks like somebody took a machete to the poor dog and just, it's never a good looking job. And they do such a good job around the paws and everything anyway. So we're coming back outside, and I know as soon as he's always done, he always needs to do a little business. We go find the grass. And walking along, and there's these girls coming up, and they're heading towards this pickup. And before they get in the pickup, they throw something down on the ground, and then they go hop in the truck. And I'm like, really? Littering? Come on, people. So Rusty and I go over there and pick up. It's like 4 or 5 or 6 hangers, plastic hangers. And I thought, well, what a weird thing to throw down. And then, so as I'm walking back across the lot to my truck, they're backing up. And I kind of shake it at them, going, thanks for throwing this on the ground, littering, you jerks. Old lady in the back of the pickup, not the 2 girls who threw those down, opens up the window and says, mind your own business. Oh, really? Oh. So I was like, well, F you, lady. You got your family there littering. So I walk over back to the trash can in front of PetSmart, and I'm throwing them away. Some other people were walking in. They kind of heard this whole thing going down. And I said, can you believe some people just throwing crap on the ground like that? And I threw the hangers away, and they said, well, do you think they stole some clothes or something from the Kohl's next door? And I was like, probably so. That's probably why they were ditching the hangers. Freaking people. And I do want to shout out specifically to Chandra at the PetSmart in Rapid City, South Dakota. Thanks so much for doing such a good job on Rusty. He looks great, and we really appreciate it. All right, so here it is, Saturday night, the 23rd of September, of course, in 2023. We're parked at the Coffee Cup fuel stop in Hartford, South Dakota. I've added some fuel here a few times before. I'm going to splash some on tomorrow before I leave so I can make it all the way to the TA in Hudson, get the cheaper fuel there, and top off the tanks all the way. But yeah, good place to stop. I recommend it. Do want to address, a lot of people have been putting in the comments, they said, oh, I found your initial use of the Garmin OTR 1010, and did you ever do a full review on that? And no, I didn't. I kept meaning to. Then I kept, all summer long, I kept having all the breakdowns and the issues and everything else that I just didn't have time to deal with it. And then I've been running my ass off ever since, trying to make the monies to bring home to the family and all that, and I haven't had a chance to get to that. I'm really sorry. Hopefully, I can now get to that soon. As long as everything keeps being copacetic, then I would like to do that full review. I can just initially say I still really like it. I do have some issues with Garmin. Every time they do a damn update, the trucking locations disappear. And that just chaps my butt. But otherwise, I do like it. I don't think it's worth the amount of money they're charging for it. Somebody did put in the comments that, yeah, it is on sale, cheaper at Pilots right now. I know Love's has sales on it occasionally. The 810 is exactly the same and almost $200 less. It's just a little bit smaller. I would recommend going with that. I just went with the 1010 because I had the OTR 1000 before that. I got really used to that big size. If you haven't had the bigger one, the 810 will do just fine for you, I'm sure. All right, so with that full review, I know I keep promising it. It's just been, life has been getting in the way. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Please subscribe, please like and comment. Get to your comments as soon as I can. I know they're coming. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on what used to be Twitter, now X. I'll put some Rusty pics on there tonight. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. And we're also missing one of these, a Madagascan fruit tree bat. Ma'am, what is the approximate dry weight of the average Madagascar fruit tree bat? You mean you don't know? All right, yeah, there's a little happy dog dance. I'm reaching for the bag. Oh, he knows what they are. Oh, they're coming. All right, come down here. Come down here. And it's up there. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's all over it. Oh, yeah, so here's the little squeaky toy I got him. Halloween themed. So, he loves to squeak those things. All right, all over the bag and strips, baby. Yeah, they did a real good job there. It's the second time he's actually been groomed at that PetSmart in Rapid City. I think it was probably a couple of years ago. Got him groomed there, but they did a good job. So, Chandra is the one who did him. So, thanks, Chandra. Did a good job grooming. All right, here's another one for you. Ooh, you aren't done chewing yet. I'm getting ahead of you there, buddy. Here you go. You're still not done. All right. Yes, yes. Loving him begging strips. Because he's a begging strip dog. He's a begging strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough. He's a begging strip dog. Happy dog look, Rusty.